This isn't a laughing matter. Today we're going to talk about a little bit of loss.
Well, sometimes you got to laugh about it to get through it. Just saying. Sometimes making a joke is the best remedy for some depression, anxiety, and all the things that come with loss.
Or are you just trying to hide it? Exposing the strength and vulnerability and shattering the silence around men's mental health. We're two guys creating a space where men can talk, support, and uplift one another. In a world that often misunderstands us, we're here to break the stigma. Join the conversation, empower yourself, and let's redefine what it means to be a man. This is the Untamed Truth Podcast. Tune in, speak out, and let's grow together. So, loss isn't just about death, right? It could be relationship, friendship, job, dream,
Everything. Lots of
sense of
things.
purpose,
Vision. Say it.
loss of vision. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
So society often tells men to man up, but that just means they grieve in silence.
My favorite one is whenever
What happens when that silence turns into numbness?
My favorite is whenever they say men aren't supposed to cry. Men aren't supposed to cry.
Yeah, because you got to be strong.
What part of crying amplifies weakness? I don't understand that. My entire life, I've never understood that.
I mean, that's a part of it, man.
But it doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't, but it shows a weakness.
So showing vulnerability, that makes you weak. Giving something of yourself that someone else could potentially take and use against you. How's that weak? That's like showing your hand of cards while playing $1 million poker hand.
Like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? You wouldn't, right? So if you do, how does it make you weak? It makes you a little dumb sometimes in the poker aspect of things. But how does weakness relate to crying about something, having an emotion towards a feeling? It doesn't make sense to me. It never has. See? Even you're puzzled.
No, I'm trying to figure out like
How to say it?
Well, yes.
What you want to say. We struggle with this a lot, guys, if you haven't noticed. Sometimes we just be like, we don't know what we're trying to say. We hear it rumbling around in our head, but when it comes out as
Yeah, it's so it's kind of
hydration break.
and it's a hard one to describe. Like it's more of a
societal regulation.
No, it's more of an internal thing that we just. It's kind of like an animalistic sense. Do you get what I'm saying?
What, not crying is an animalistic sense?
Yeah, not showing the weakness.
Yeah, I guess, but
And if you take it back to relationship standards on that aspect, right?
yeah.
A lot of times when you cry, she sees that as weakness.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And she falls out of attractiveness.
Look, I'm going to say this.
And
you can take this. Everybody who watches this can take this however you want. If you cry in front of your significant other and they fall out of, if they lose attraction to you because you try, you're with a piece of shit human. I'm just saying. I don't care.
That happens with them all.
I don't think it. You quit. Don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
No, it does not happen with them all. No, it doesn't. No, you can't generalize every human and say. Now, I'm not saying that most or statistically more than less. Yes, I'll agree to that. But all, no, that's not how it works. Because then I'd just be calling every female on the planet a piece of shit. for every person in in a relationship.
Just because you don't want to call them all a piece of
because I know people that do not. As a matter of fact, I know people that fall more into love with someone based on their emotional availability and their emotional See, this is one of those friggin' words, man.
Vulnerability.
That's the one. Today, I'm not going to be able to say that word, so he's going to say it every time I go. The V one.
Vulnerability.
Yes, he's going to say it because I can't do it. Yes, so you can't say all. Can't say all. And I understand that normally, yes, that is true. But it's not all. I would not assume. You get what I'm saying? Because if that's the case,
but see, now you're just assuming.
If that's because I don't know the shit. I don't know the statistics. I don't know, but I mean, it's not all. It's just not. I just pulled something in my back. This is what happens when you get old.
Well, if you don't know the statistics, then you can't say it is or isn't.
Well, I know that it's not
because
all. Because I've met people. I've met humans, males and females, that's not the case. So I know better. As a matter of fact, some females that I've spoken to find it attractive whenever their man is vulnerable.
That's what they say.
Well, it's what they show because they're still in the relationship with the person who's vulnerable with them. I mean,
that don't mean that she don't see them in a different way.
You're arguing something that is not factual. So I'm just saying.
It's factual. Like, it happens.
It happens, yes.
All the time.
It happens also, when they flush a toilet, they flush a toilet in an airplane, the giant log of dump comes down and makes a big brick like on Joe Dirt. It happens. It's not common, though. Just saying. You can't generalize. Anyway, we tangents. Do you see this? This is how it works. This is how it works with us. This is just tune in for shenanigans. Anyway, back to what we were at before we started arguing about stupid shit. God, you do this to me every time. You're such an asshole.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. That's why you do it.
But she'll lose attractiveness, or she sees you as lesser. Whether she stays with you or not is a totally different issue.
Well, let's just be honest. Most of the time, we are lesser than them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Man, I'm sorry, but
I will disagree with you then.
I can't. There's no way I could pop out a child and still deal with all the shit that comes with that. I'm out. Like, I've seen it twice. I'm out, bro. I'm out. They go back to work in 6 weeks. Yeah. I'm just saying. Anyway.
I mean, what does that have to do with?
I'm just saying that takes a strong individual to pop out them children.
They're made to do that.
Yeah, well, I get it. They're made to do that, but God, man, rough, man.
Biologically, they are made to do that. We are not made to do that.
I'm just saying it's rough, brother. It's rough. I've seen it. It's rough. It's rough. I couldn't do it. I guess I'm not made to do it, though. So
we're made to do other things. I don't understand your point there.
Fight off bears and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. Mike is down. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have a crick in my neck by the time this episode's over because I keep having to go. And I got my chair all the way on the ground.
If you quit deep throating your mic and pushing it down, then maybe.
Maybe you're right.
You're supposed to be talking to the side of it, not the top of it anyway.
No. Top, side, same thing.
No. We did that test, remember?
Did we?
Yes, it works better on the side.
Well, let's see. I just hiccuped into the side of it, so let's see if that worked. We got Jingle Bell Dog over here, jingling all the way.
So, you were wanting to go more toward the death side, weren't you?
Well, today's
or what kind of loss you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, for me, I'm struggling today because today is Halloween and it's one of my favorite holidays.
I love Halloween.
It used to be like.
Did you see my post?
No, I don't. I never see your post because I never see you post anything.
I post all the time.
I never see it.
Dude, you should have seen this one because I found this AI generated thing, which was really awesome. It had this witch come up, and her eyes were glowing, and then you see her walk, and she's walking, and
You remember Halloween Town?
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like that, but like bigger on the Halloween.
I'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I never see
It's
your
pretty
posts.
cool.
Never, ever. But today's Halloween, and today is also the 7-year anniversary of my father dying. So this past week, knowing that this day was coming up, I've been kind of struggling with whatever, even 7 years later, and I'm still stuck in my head. And it could be because of all the other crap that's been going on in my life over the last 2 or 3 years. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, my thing, talking about loss is like dealing with the loss.
Okay. So
And
the 5 stages of grief.
I didn't know there was 5.
Yeah. 1, denial. Have you worked past denial?
Oh yeah.
Refusing to accept what happened.
No, worked past that within the first 24 hours, I'd say.
All right, work past that. Okay. Anger.
Nope.
Frustration or blaming others.
No, I didn't blame others. I blamed him, but it wasn't like, but that's something that I don't know that is ever going to go away, dude. I just don't know
What,
if it's
anger?
Yeah, I'm
Frustration?
still pissed off about it because of the way it all went down.
Well, maybe you haven't worked past that.
I haven't, and I don't think I'm ever going to, which sucks. I'd like to.
Sounds like you need to talk about it.
I've talked about it a bunch. It don't seem to be working. I even talked to my therapist about it.
So maybe you're not talking about the right thing.
Like what?
Maybe there's something else bothering you.
Like what?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
Either.
what's bothering you, like deep down inside?
I'm just pissed off about it. Like my dad was like 53, 54, 55 years old, somewhere around in there. I don't remember. And like I'm 41 going on 42. That means I got, if I base it off of his life and death, got about 12, 13 years left. So, yeah.
Why would you look at it like that?
Maybe that's my problem. Maybe I shouldn't be looking at it like that because I am a completely different human than my
Because like I don't like life and death. I don't compare my life to anybody else. Like there was one time like when my grandfather died. Love my grandfather to death. I cried for a few hours.
Yeah, just hours.
Yeah. Well, this is when he was in the hospital. When I first found out he was in the hospital. So I found out he was in really bad shape. I cried for a few hours. I kind of came to terms with it. That this was going to happen, right? And then I went and seen him. Because I figured if I didn't go see him in the hospital, whether he knew I was there or not, I'd regret it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you would have.
I was angry. But I think he's in a better place, so I feel like I overcome that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like come around Christmas time, I kind of get a little edgy because we always went over there for Christmas and we don't do anything anymore for Christmas really.
Yeah. Halloween was my dad's big thing. We used to have this huge Halloween party.
Like I understand getting upset around that type of holiday. Like if the holiday, because you said he's huge on Halloween. My grandfather did Christmas.
Yeah.
His favorite holiday was 4th of July though, but we really didn't do anything on 4th of July.
Yeah. See, we celebrated all the big holidays like in a big way most times.
But like I sat here and I was like, he's in a better place. I believe. That's my belief.
Yeah.
Some people don't have that belief, but each their own on that.
I think it's another struggle to wonder where they're at.
I also did the bargaining, It's where you try to undo it, in your head.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
I did that shit too.
Depression, emotional weight, and emptiness. For me, that's kind of like the funeral.
Is it sad that I don't even remember the funeral?
No, I mean that ain't sad. I mean,
Like I don't remember a week after. Like for a week, I didn't sleep for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
I started hallucinating and shit. Talk about wild. It was rough.
And then acceptance, understanding, and moving forward. I think I did this quite early on though, because I just think he's in a better place. He's not going to be
In pain and shit anymore.
yeah. The last little bit he fell, got sick, was in the hospital, ended up with a hole in his leg
Hole in his leg?
from falling. Yeah.
The hell did he fall on?
I don't know. Like
Flesh-eating bacteria.
they had to like cut it out or whatever where he fell.
Holy shit, that's rough.
And then he fell again and went back to the hospital or something. But I don't remember what put him in the hospital last time. But he was, they said they brought up like a bunch of black gunk and stuff about
necrotic tissue.
Like he was spitting it up in the tube and stuff. Yeah,
good.
and I was like, well, this ain't good.
Yeah.
But I moved through it pretty quick. But I also believe he's in a better place, and I don't know. That just, and I sat down and I wrote him a letter of things that I wish I'd said, and things that I wish we got to talk about but never did.
So my dad was like,
and I put that in his casket.
My dad was like my support system with like stupid shit that was going on in my life. Mm-hmm. And as you know, shortly after he passed, I had what I thought was the most traumatic thing to ever happen in my life happened. And I thought my dad's death was horrible, because it was bad. Like we had become friends and the best of friends. And I didn't have my dad through my childhood. You know what I'm saying? He was a workaholic. So for me and him were like, we become best friends. And then right as he was getting sicker, because none of us knew he had pancreatic cancer. Like he didn't tell anybody. He went to the doctor. I found the paperwork at the shop later after he was dead, like in a drawer. Like I found the paperwork. I was like, what is this? And like there was a mass the size of a 50-cent piece on his pancreas. And we knew about a mass on his pancreas, but we didn't know what it was. Well, they biopsied it, and he refused to go. We thought he refused to go to the biopsy. Well, he refused to go to the second biopsy to confirm cancer. So once I found the paperwork and stuff, like I was pissed off about that too. So he didn't tell anybody. And then he just sat here miserable for the next 6 to 8 months. And then, boom, dead. Which is insane because, there's a lot of stuff out there that, for treatments. And I know pancreatic cancer is basically a death sentence, but, he could have at least told us so that we could have prepared better, and had some stuff lined up and everything set up like it should have been. Instead, I was left here scrambling, me and my mom and my sister, and so I guess I'm still pissed off at him for that, because he knew, and instead of telling somebody, he just didn't say nothing. So yeah.
Well, maybe he thought it'd be better that if he didn't.
No, it wasn't. It sucked. It sucked way worse, and it still sucks.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know what was going through his head, but
me neither.
But I mean, at the same time, I could see that he's like, this is coming, you know, instead of putting the burden on you about this is going to happen. Maybe he was trying to spare you from that burden. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
I mean, I know that ain't what happened.
no, but it made it worse.
But you get what I'm saying? I mean,
I get trying to get into that mind state, but here's the other side of it. Like, even if he wasn't going to go for treatment, that's fine. But he should have still told us so that we could be. All we thought is that he had pancreatitis, which he'd had it multiple times before. You know, his pancreas was crap, probably because he never drank water. One time he told me, I was like, Dad, how much water have you drank today? He's like, I drank 3 Pepsis. I was like, okay, how much water have you drank? He goes, there's water in Pepsi. I was like, bro, that is not water. That's carbonated water, and it's not the same. It's hydration. No, it's not. It's really not. So that kind of shit, like, oh man, he was a nightmare to deal with. Oh, it's funny though. He was funny. But yeah, another thing that I wanted to talk about is like managing loss and trying to get through these 5 steps you're talking about. I think that first off, I think that it's really different for everybody. Like,
well, I kind of want to go over this before we get to that part. Okay. Because loss isn't just death, right?
Yeah.
So like 57% of adults in the U.S. report experiencing the death of a close loved one in the last 3 years.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. I've actually had friends that had like close family die, and I never knew about it till after the fact.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know about that is because they were doing something, and I was wanting to do something, and it slipped out that and I was like, well, why didn't you just tell me?
Yeah.
I've been like, oh, okay. Like I know, like now I know what's going on, because like you've been acting a little weird, and I was like, hey, let's go do something. It's like, you know, just
you gotta tell your people.
It's like, I'm like, it's okay. I'll leave you alone about it. I ain't gonna push you on it, but like if I know a little bit, you know, I won't be like, hey, let's go hang out and do this.
And then you won't be like, that dude, you're an asshole for not wanting to go do anything. Well, yeah, I kind of got shit in my head I'm dealing with.
I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Makes perfect sense now.
Men are 40% less likely to seek help or talk about grief compared to women. And that is true. And which 40%, that's a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I actually thought that'd be higher. I was thinking more like 60 to 80.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like
most guys I know they don't ask for help.
Yeah, they just don't.
They do not ask for help.
And they don't talk about it either.
And I'm like, dude, just talk. Like around your bros, it's like, just go and we can talk, man.
But also,
you can let it out.
Another thing that we've talked about in past episodes is like a lot of men don't feel close to a lot of their friends. They're just like drinking buddies or video game buddies or whatever. They don't have that closeness aspect of the relationship with a lot of their friends. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you put down the phone and do stuff together, then
yep, you might get a little closer.
Learn how to talk to people.
Yep.
But like you even shut down.
I do. I still do 7 years later, and I still.
No, I mean you have already. Like this whole week you've been dealing with this, and I've been like, hey man.
Yeah, you texted me like 3 times, and I'm like, yeah,
I'm dealing with stuff.
Yep, I still do.
And then I'm like, oh, maybe he's having relationship problems, because usually when he gets silent, that's when he has relationship problems, because he doesn't want to tell me because he knows what I'm going to say, and then he goes, I don't want to hear it.
No, I mean,
because he knows.
If anything,
he knows the pint might be right.
If anything, that's one side of it that is not like, it's not even been registering in my head the last 2 or 3 weeks.
What?
Like the relationship stuff. Like I just don't. Not to sound like I don't care, because I do care, but it's like I'm not worried about that aspect of my life. It doesn't matter as much as like.
Well, I wasn't saying anything about
other
that.
shit.
I
I
was.
know, but I'm just saying, like,
what I'm saying is, usually that's when you kind of
yeah,
shut down.
but
Sometimes
that's been like the least of my worries. Like,
and
that's fine.
I'm like, we can talk about stuff, and like, if you
Yeah.
just want to talk, I can try not to give my opinion.
Bullshit.
Hey, I said try.
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 It's gonna be hard.
Try
for
is
your
the
ass.
key word. But I always tell you the same thing. You can do what you want like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to take my advice.
But no, that's what this week has been about for me. Like, because I knew it was coming up. And here's the thing: like, last year I was better. I was better about this time of year last year than I have been this year. But
Well, what happened this year?
I don't know, man.
Something's had to happen.
No, I mean,
so what you need? What
you know some of the stuff that happened, but that I think it's because I dealt with a lot of that, and I put all of these feelings on the back burner to deal with that kind of stuff, and I dealt with that, and I kind of, I won't say conquered it, because it's always a work in progress, but I got through that expertly, in my opinion, and I just didn't deal with this. Like, I put it off, like, not thinking about it, and then October hit, and I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I felt it, like, I've just been in my feels and feeling it all this whole month, because that's how it used to work. And then, so I haven't really dealt with that side of my mental illnesses. Yeah. Yeah. I miss my dad, dude. Like, that's the person I used to go to and talk to about all the shit that I dealt with this past year, like all the relationship shit. And don't get me wrong, dude, he was the wrong person to talk to about relationships, because he was a horrible, horrible person when it comes to being in a relationship. Like, he sucked at it. But I don't know why there was always a relief, I think. And this is going to sound so bad. I think I went to him to get advice that I wouldn't take. Does that sound stupid? But I went to him because I knew whatever he said, I was doing. Oh, I'm an asshole. But I knew when I went to him, I was going to do the exact opposite of what he said, because he was horrible at relationship stuff and relationship advice.
I get it.
But, like, I guess I just miss him. I miss his bullshit. I miss the stupid shit that I had to deal with him. The drama that came from him and my mom arguing and fighting constantly. I miss that. But I don't want to miss it. But, like, there's things that I can't explain. I can't explain and this is going to sound fucked up too, but I miss cussing at my dad. Like, I miss arguing over stupid little shit. Like, something that he hated is, like, he would fix a pop. He was a Pepsi guy, and I hate Pepsi. I hate it. It's gross. I don't like cola at all, but he would fix a pop, and it would be sitting right there with his glass and a hugger and ice, and he would pour it, and he would have a full cup of pop. Well, he'd get up to go get something, and I'd walk by, and I miss doing that shit just to pester him. Or like the TV. I turned the volume all the way down on the TV. So when he would come back from where he was at, he turned the TV on and be like, "What the hell's wrong with my damn TV?" Oh, just little stupid shit that I don't get to do anymore.
Well, maybe that's it. Maybe you just miss him. You're not mad. You just miss him.
I don't know, man. It's been a rough 4 years, dude. And it'd be nice to be able to pick up the phone and just hear his bullshit to kind of take away from my own, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too. But yeah.
So check this out. Not to jump from that, but I was just going to finish my statistics. Statistics. So you got breakups and divorces, right? So roughly 50% of marriages end in divorce.
Quit being the statistic.
After breakups, men are statistically more likely to feel long-term emotional distress, even though women typically express grief more openly.
Yeah, and we deal with it
So
differently.
What I was going to get at is, even though that this says divorce breakups, I think this right here, the more likely to feel long-term emotional distress, goes with death,
Loss. Yeah,
and other stuff, because I think we internalize more of our struggles, and we're not as open about the struggles that we go through.
and I think sometimes even if we try to be open, sometimes we're not willing. We're not willing to accept defeat inside of our head. Does that make sense? Like you just said a second ago, you said maybe you're not angry, maybe you just miss him.
Yeah.
And that kind of clicked in my head, you know, because maybe I'm not pissed off anymore. Maybe I just miss the old dumb bastard.
Yeah. And you don't know how to express it.
Yeah. So, but since anger was always, our thing, like that's how we dealt with shit. Like we just get, I got videos of me and him yelling at each other, and dude.
So maybe you're mimicking that to express that you're missing him, but that's because, that's what y'all did, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you're mimicking that to bring that out, so that way you have that peace.
Holy shit.
I mean that's just I'm no doctor, but just outside
sitting here talking
just
about
outside looking in, I'm like, well, maybe that's what you're trying to do.
I think you're right.
Like with my grandfather, man, like I love him to death, and I really wish I could bring back those Christmas sit downs, but I noticed myself, I sat down and I watch people. At Christmas time, my grandfather would be in his chair and he'd watch all the kids and the grandkids, sitting around opening a few gifts and playing, and we'd be, eating and all that, and he'd just be sat back taking all that in, right?
Yeah. And
I catch myself sometimes I do the same thing, not with my own family because we're not doing the get-togethers anymore. Somewhere, I don't know.
A lot of that died with the old generation.
Once my grandfather was gone, like most of that don't happen. My dad has somewhat of a get together with like some of his friends and stuff, but like our whole family don't get together anymore.
Yeah, it's like family reunions are a thing of the past.
But like I catch myself kind of sitting back watching like I get invited to other people's families' Christmases and stuff. Sometimes I watch them. Because, like, it's my friends, like your kids and my other friend and his kid. And, I watch the kids and stuff, like, kind of like, and I catch myself doing what he used to do, And I kind of think that's part of the, me kind of missing him part, because, like, that's kind of what he did.
Kind of mimicking what he did just to kind of soak it in like he was soaking it in. Makes sense.
So like job loss, job/identity loss, like unemployment increases the risk of depression up to 3 times.
No shit.
Yeah, up to 3 times. Yeah. Men who lose their jobs are twice as likely to experience feeling of worthlessness compared to women, partly due to identity being tied to providing. So Like this is a big thing now. Like if you look at it, like so they're saying tied to providing, but if you look at the men culture now, like there's a problem with men identifying themselves as what we do rather than who we are.
I've done that my entire life, and I've literally only broken away from that because it's like something I posted on Facebook today or yesterday or it was this morning early. I literally have only felt like I was good at one thing my whole life, and now like with my vision loss,
Yeah.
that's gone.
So
So I've had to re-identify myself as something that I've always thought I was. Now I'm not that person.
yeah, so like I think we need to talk about that in like another thing because
Yeah.
I think that's a whole another topic. Mental health impact. Over 6 million men in the U.S. suffer from depression annually. 6 million.
That's facts, man.
That's a lot.
That's facts.
Yet less than 30% ever seek professional help.
Yeah, I never dreamed that I would be one of those people that would advocate for talking to a therapist, dude. But, dude, it just like us sitting down and having these conversations. Like we're not live, but we're recording this for a podcast to put out on YouTube, and maybe 15.
I mean, the way
people
that we
see
do it is pretty much live because I'm
Yeah.
barely edit anything. I usually edit out whatever cursing you do.
Yeah, well, I cuss a lot. But like something as important as the realization that I just got 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get that not talking to somebody. You just can't. Like I would have never put that and that together alone because of being stuck in the same mental circle and cycle that I've been stuck in my entire life. Not just since my dad died, but even before that. I would have never put those two things together had we not been sitting right here having this conversation about what I said I wanted to have the podcast on this week.
Yeah.
Because of what I'm going through inside my head.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
and I told you, I was like, well, I don't know if I really want to deal with, like something that's depressing right now.
yeah.
But I was like, you need to do it. You want to do it, so let's do it. But I don't know, like I don't like really depressing stuff. But like I said, like with my grandfather and my other grandfathers, my grandmothers and stuff like that, like I'm strong in my faith and believing in my faith, and like I know death is a part of everything. I cry for a little bit. I'd go reconcile with myself, and I know they're in a better place.
See, and it's that's something I'm a very I wouldn't say I'm strong in my faith because I've at times I've been strong in my faith, but that doesn't help me because I didn't really know what my father believed, to be completely honest. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't.
So what I believe and what he believed may be two different things, and that doesn't give me any solace. Does that make sense?
Right, but like so
that's one of those things that just isn't.
So just because me and you don't believe the same thing, you don't even have to believe what I believe.
And you can put faith in the fact that one day you're going to see him again?
I think so. Unless like they're a really bad person.
At times, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
At times, like, and that's what worries me, if I'm being completely honest and completely transparent.
And like, so, because in faith, if you ask for forgiveness, you can receive forgiveness.
But the way I see it,
but like,
my mustache hair just stuck right there.
Well, quit deep throating it.
I can't see it. I can't see. There it goes. I can't see the damn hair. Isn't that sad? That's how damn blind I am.
All right, well, quit doing that.
I'm grabbing it.
What, so this would be like distraction instead of processing, working more, drinking, gym obsession, gaming, or isolation.
We ain't got to talk about that, okay? Because
So those are the bad things to do. Those are not. Those
beneficial.
are how. Those are how people try to cope, and that's not how you need to cope.
Substance abuse was my old
Emotional
thing.
suppression. You do this a lot. Avoid vulnerability. I'm fine. You are open emotionally about everything until something like this happens. Then you go.
It's because it's hard, and it's because I'm tired of crying about it.
Well, talk about it, get it out, and maybe you learn something new.
I did today.
Maybe you reconcile with what's actually going on, and accept and start to move on.
I think you're right.
Anger, masking sadness, expressing pain through irritation or aggression.
Laughter, making jokes. That's my favorite.
When men lose something, they often think healing means moving on, but real healing means moving through it. That is really good advice.
Yeah. And the other part of the part that really messes me up is I thought because I dealt with it and got on and got past it, I feel like a lot of times that I'm through it. But it doesn't help to get through it if you go around the corner and pass it up. That shit keeps coming back. And it's not everything. Don't get me wrong. I've dealt with a lot of the shit that came from that loss. But when you go back into it and you have to keep dealing with it again, there's always something else that I just
if you keep dealing with it, then
off.
you haven't moved through it.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. You're right.
You haven't done the work to get through it.
Yep. So, yeah. But this was definitely a big eye-opener for Chad. Like, I didn't realize why the anger was still there, but that's...
I mean, it's a possibility. Like, I'm just saying, it could be a possibility.
No, I mean,
and like,
why would it register in my heart and in my head like it did?
And like, sometimes, like, so at Christmas time, sometimes I have gotten angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I miss him.
Yeah.
I get angry because we're not going to go and have Christmas and he's going to be there and I get angry. But I realize that and
sometimes it's warranted.
I'm like
something like that.
I'm like, I'm just missing him and I'm angry because he's no longer here. Yeah. That's me being selfish about it, but
Yeah, and I think that's that's another thing, being selfish. I want to be selfish sometimes about it, but at the end of the day, like I watched my father be the most miserable human being on the planet with his depression and all of the shit that he dealt with his whole life. He was a miserable person, and he made everybody around him miserable when he was in that state. And, dude, I know that now he's not dealing with that.
No.
No matter what his ending or where he is now, he's not dealing with that shit right now. So that should be enough for me to just be happy about.
But I believe
that ending.
I believe most people will end up where most of us end up.
Well, I sure as hell hope so.
I mean, that's just my belief. I mean, I believe that wholeheartedly. And I don't think just because you believe the wrong thing on earth doesn't mean that that's an automatic out.
I hope not.
But I mean, some people do. I mean, that's their belief, but I mean, I don't think that's totally true. Otherwise, we wouldn't be given free will and free choice. So, but
yeah, well, it is Halloween, and
So, no, I'm not gonna do any of that because
What do you mean you ain't gonna do any of that?
this is gonna get posted like 3 weeks after.
I'm just saying it's Halloween. So let's get off here and go eat some candy and
Well,
watch my kids
But we're gonna
dress up.
But we're gonna do healthy ways to deal with loss real quick because we didn't go over.
Well, that was the biggest.
We didn't go over any healthy things.
The healthiest way was just what happened for me.
Well, I mean, I think this right here is one of the healthiest ways to do it is to
100%.
talk to somebody.
Yeah, and you know,
Like, I don't care if you have to talk every Halloween to somebody because it is Halloween when it comes up.
yeah,
I don't care if you have to talk to somebody every Halloween. Talk to somebody every Halloween.
yeah.
I don't care if you tell me the same thing every Halloween. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So healthy ways to deal with loss. Let's go over these real quick, and then
Go eat some candy.
then we can go and do whatever. Acknowledge and name it. Naming the pain is the first step toward controlling it. Write it down, say it out loud, or talk with someone you trust. That's just what we just did.
Yeah.
Create space to feel. Don't rush to fix emotions. Like I told you, we're not rushing to fix anything. Do it every Halloween. I mean,
I mean, it's been 7 years. You think I would have dealt with this shit by now?
grief is the mind's way of recalibrating. Give it time. Rituals or closure. Write a goodbye letter. That's what I did. And I put it in his casket.
See, I didn't.
Even if if you never send it. Like I said, I put it in his casket. I put it with him. Keep a memento. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with me?
Well, at least it wasn't the V word that I can't say.
Plant something or create art in memory of what you lost. I've done all that. I have his pocket knife that he used personally. His pocket knife. I didn't plant something. I have done art, but I gave him that art before he passed, and then I got it back. So
I still do art.
So
I mean,
I wonder if that would.
But
I wonder if that would count.
I mean, kinda.
Because I did the art and I gave it to him, and he had it for a while.
Yeah.
And then he passed, and then I got.
I think maybe you need to recreate that art, is what they're saying.
Maybe recreate it.
But I mean, just like with my painting stuff, I mean, you know how hard I was going right after he died on my, running my business and doing the work that he taught me to do and stuff. So that was my way of doing that. And then I got into the art stuff with doing the skateboards and all that. So I did that a lot. That felt good.
Community and connection. Support groups, faith-based communities. Like I was talking about, faith has a lot of play on my side of it. In therapy's really good. Men's groups, find a good men's groups. Those are really good. Really good support system.
Most of the time now, the men's groups that I find, there's a cost associated with it, and it's like, dude,
what do you know why?
Because they just want to use it to make
Well,
money.
it's not only that anymore. So like, in order to get into a lot of these, you have to pay, because if you don't, there's so many trolls that get in, and there's so many people that are trying to tear down men's groups now.
Yeah,
that they're putting a paywall on there so that way people will stay out.
And they act right, and they're serious about what's going on. Yeah.
And
that makes sense. But I never looked at it that way.
And the ones that actually pay, they actually moderate it. So if there's any bad actors in there, they usually get rid of them. So
even if they do pay,
it's actually a better place. And there's some out there that are like $5 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So like, that's one of the things that we're looking into. We're gonna end up making if we get enough people to.
Well,
subscribe and get together.
Before we move on, we actually just hit a milestone on YouTube. We just hit 50 hours of viewership.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. And we have like a boatload of episodes, but
vulnerability breeds strength, not weakness.
I agree.
I think so too. It's
the way society sees it.
Well, it's not only the way society sees it, it's also the way that our animal minds work.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
At the basis of biology.
Yeah,
that's
like how it works and how it happens. Like we haven't outgrown that. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think that we ever can 100%, but people are
so that's why
better than they were.
That's why I keep saying go to like these groups.
I get what you're saying.
Like if you don't have like really close male friends, go to these groups. You can talk to these guys and use screen names for the most part. So like no one knows who you actually are.
Yeah, you can be 100% anonymous.
So it's actually sometimes I think it's easier because nobody knows who you really are.
Yeah.
And you can talk about things a little bit deeper. So the last one here is focus on rebuilding identity. Who are you without what you lost?
And that's what I'm in the process of trying to do myself.
Well, so you did your thing and you were going on your own way, but then you had another loss. So this other loss is also going on top of the loss before.
And then on top of that, I lost my vision.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you have one in the middle of that too. So there was my dad.
Mm-hmm.
They who shall not be named.
Well, I wasn't counting that one.
That was a big one.
Well, I know it was.
That's 22 years of my life.
But I was kind of skipping that one.
No, so that's why this has been.
Well, I mean, you don't want to talk about it, so I skipped it.
Yeah, but it's still there.
But then you bring it back up. No, but I was just saying.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it's stacked on top.
I was trying to simplify it without saying that one.
But it's still
and
it's
you kept
relevant.
bringing it
but
up.
It's relevant.
But you're not going to talk about it. So
nope, can't do it. Can't. Too many people involved. Too many moving parts.
That's what I'm saying. So I just skipped it.
We ain't gonna skip it.
But then you lost this recent one.
Yeah. Which has been the roughest.
So now you got to figure out who you are without it.
Yeah.
Again.
Did I show you my new ID?
No.
I'll show you.
Loss often creates space for growth, which could be this podcast. Because, dude, like, I really think if you really put your time and energy into this, like,
I agree.
Really put it into it, like, because you always want to do something with your degrees and stuff. This would be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, if you just dived into this, rediscover new parts of yourself.
You're not wrong.
Well, see, this could be like a new part, but an old part shiny.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't my first rodeo.
I mean,
podcast.
this could be that old part that is actually a new part that looks old. You know, that one part that's out in the garage down there that you bought but never used, and now like you're like, oh, I can use this.
Yeah, I'm still paying for it, so might as well use it. They say if you don't use it, you lose it, right? That's what they say. I don't know if it's true or not.
If you don't use it, you lose it?
That's what they say.
It depends on what it is.
Yeah. It's everything.
I don't know. Like, it really depends on what it is.
I can still ride a bike. I found that out last summer. I bought me a bike. Well, 2 summers ago.
Well, like if it's so let's say math.
I'm out.
So like if you don't use it,
you forget. Yeah,
you lose it because you're gonna forget it.
Got calculators now.
Like so in my opinion, like that whole thing, if you don't use it, you lose it, kind of thing is a lot of it's mental. Like if you have to remember it, if you don't use it,
you ain't gonna remember.
You ain't gonna remember. It's kind of like. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Like most people ain't gonna remember most of that stuff.
No, but them 5th graders is in class learning about it every day.
So, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up with this one. Every loss teaches you something about who you are when everything else is gone.
Man, that's That hits. You know, there's been so many times where I thought this is the worst. This is the worst thing that could ever happen. And then the next one shows up and it's even worse. And then the next one and the next one and the next one. And it always seems at that moment that it's always the worst of the worst of the worst. And you know, every time it gets a little easier to get past what's going on. You know, we talked about the stacked up trauma from my past, the last 7 years. Like, there's a lot to unpack there. But you know, with every traumatic event that's happened in my life, I feel like I've gotten, I don't know if I want to say stronger, because I still at times still feel just as weak as I did with the first loss, you know. But I feel like I can cope better now with things, and I don't internalize things as hard and as much as I did with the first time. So I feel like that. Say that again. Read that one more time.
That sentence?
Yeah.
Every loss teaches you something about who you are when everything else is gone.
I like it. I like the way it's written, but I've always had to get out of that everything else is gone part of that. Because every time something leaves my life, something better or something equivalent has came into my life. Does that make sense? And often, more often than most, it's been something better. And I'm not saying that losing my dad, something better's come along. But I think mentally, I'm in a better place than I've ever been, even when I have my down moments. Does that make sense? So that last part I don't like, because I don't want to get into that mindset where everything is gone, everything is lost, because it's never everything that's lost. It might feel like that in the moment, but it's never everything that's lost. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but you're taking that way too literal.
Don't care. That's how I take things.
That ain't how this whole sentence is said.
Sounds like it to me. That's what I hear.
No, when everything is gone, whenever you lose something, you can really find something out about yourself. That's all it says.
I know. But I have to look at it in a literal sense.
But if you go down every rabbit hole of everything else
do
is
we?
gone.
But don't we do that? We do that on here all the time. So think that's how my brain works. Welcome to ADHD again.
But what I'm saying is, if you take everything, like each individual thing, no. All this is saying is when you lose something, you find out something about yourself. That's all it says. That's not what it said. Yeah, it says that's what it says.
It's not what I heard.
When everything is gone, oh my gosh, I ain't got no life left.
Well, that's how sometimes that's how it feels.
I mean, that's how it feels when you lose something.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. But that's not how it should be. It's not how it really is all I'm getting at. I see a button over here that I've never touched, and I want to touch it. Squirrel.
But like that ain't even like you're taking what this is saying. You're taking this and twisting it to fit whatever you're doing.
That's what my head does. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. That's what my head's doing. That's what my head does.
I mean, that's like what they did with toxic masculinity. They're jumping on trampolines to make it make sense. If you would, like, comment, tell us what you think down below. We're going to go eat some candy. Might have to slap him around a little bit.
I might like it.
Thanks for tuning in.